Okay, good game. Great game to come out with our home opener and get a win, get to 3-0. Proud of the young women on this program. We seem to have a knack for getting ourselves down a little bit early in games. So it's nice to know. But the good thing with the team is they have the confidence to come back when we get in those situations. There's a lot of belief in our depth. We're playing a freshman with a game on the line with 5 minutes to go in key minutes out there. And I think that's one of the things I love most about this team. You see a Dawson who goes to the free throw line, misses 2 free throws, but man, those minutes in this situation, particularly minutes you don't get a freshman. So like she's going to come back, and that 0-2 I think you see from her is going to become 2-2 when we need it in conference play because of the minutes we're getting. I want to say this, and we'll kind of open up to any questions, but really proud of the response. We were at halftime. We really challenged our starting 5. We're looking at our plus minuses, and the best we have on our starter is -7. The worst we have is -11. And we just really challenged them to come out and be a little bit better than that. Specifically Mallory Bruce, and she comes out 6 of 8, hits some big buckets, plays great defense. I thought she was phenomenal in the game, and then I also thought we talk a lot about dynamic plays. I think there's certain plays in the game that just everybody in the gym can feel like, man, this game just swung. And I thought when we got the steal and Chris steps in and knocks that 3 down as soon as we steal the ball, I thought that was one of those dynamic plays. And then just across the board, everyone else, the hustle with everyone else coming out. Delana Carter was exceptional. I thought we got really good point guard play from JM. So just a really good team effort.
Yeah, Mallory, just want to talk to you. It did seem like there was a momentum shift with both of your guys' play and energy. Just what did you see out there that kind of shifted, click in your head that second half?
I would just say we were started playing as a team more, and we are supposed to be a defensive team, so we always try to get traps and stuff, and we weren't getting those in the first half. So whenever I came out, I was like, I'm just going to be aggressive, and I know my teammates are going to have my back. And then just everybody being a scoring fight on the floor during the second half just was huge. It opened everything up for me and then everybody else.
Did it just take seeing the ball go to the bottom of the net for you guys to really get going on offense there?
Yeah, I think, I mean, she said, we're a defensive team, but at the same time, we just want to get the ball and go in transition. Mm-hmm. And I think once we do that and we just move the ball, I think it was really stagnant in the first quarter for the first 5 minutes. We were just standing. We have a tendency to do that. And we just have to tell each other, let's move. And we get the ball moving. Jaden just gets in the paint and kicks to people. And, that's how everyone gets open off that. And then we get our traps, and then we just feed off that. And, so just need to see it go in. Just one. Just needs one.
What did you think of the atmosphere tonight?
It's a great atmosphere. I mean, I missed just playing at home. I think it's so enclosed in here, just coming from a stadium that was so big. So just hearing all the fans, and especially you kind of get it talks about hype, but just hearing that and just hearing that momentum, it just keeps, and it kills the other team's momentum as well. Once you hear that, you're for them, but for us, it's we're gonna keep going. We're gonna just stomp on them. So I think that really helped.
Yeah, it was huge. I felt like that was how the momentum shifted whenever Chris came down, hit that 3, and then we hit 2 other threes, a couple layups. Just, I don't know. I just felt like everybody was really loud, and it really killed the other team. They were so that was good. That's what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that run was kind of capped with Alancia Ramsey hit a 3. She's told us in the offseason that's something she's trying to add to her bag, and then she hit it, and then timeout after that, put you guys ahead for good, never lost the lead after that. I mean, what is that to see her able to kind of stretch the floor and knock that down? What does that add to this offense?
Yeah, it's something we've been on her about since she got here because, Lance she's never thought she was a good shooter. And we're watching her shoot. We're like, no, you're actually a really good shooter. You're only going to get better. And so we've been challenging her. We started working on that last year. And then this year, we're like, you're going to shoot when you're open. That's a big part of our offense. And to her credit, she's been 0-3 on kind of those 17 to 19-foot jump shots. But she's been taking the right shots. And so when it stepped in, the shot she took today is the same thing we see her do every day in practice. She took her time. It's what we call a green shot and stepped in and knocked it down. I think you also got to look at Amelia hit a huge 3. We did a little side out of bouncing, and the 3 she hit also coming out of her timeout I thought was another big shot. Because we start the game, we're 1 of 8 from 3, and they're 5 of 12. And I thought, and that's what we talked about with Kyle Rush on the radio, I thought that was one of the biggest differences in the game was we're in the timeout. We don't feel like there's a huge difference besides the 3-point shooting. Mm-hmm. And we know we've got shooters up and down this lineup. And I thought, like I said, once you just see one go down, because we finished the game 5 of 9 from 3. And that was I thought that had a lot to do with what you saw there in the second half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then you have that run, go into the quarter break, up by a couple, and then just for the team to come back out and keep the foot on the gas. A lot of times you see kind of that timeout happens and you lose some of that momentum. But what you see from the team in terms of just keeping that foot on the gas and then let's stretch that lead to 10 is what it got.
Yeah, it just felt like we're getting stops at the key times. We talk about the importance of the stop score, and they're coming down. And I also thought maybe you see the conditioning factor in a little bit in that fourth quarter, because the tough thing with what we're doing is like you can handle the traps. It's hard to handle for 40 minutes. And I thought in the second half, it's like some of the things they were confident that they were attacking a different way in the first half. They seemed a little more passive in the second half to me. And I thought that allowed us to be a little bit more aggressive. There were some times we didn't rotate on defense, and they're turning down open threes that they were hitting in the first half.
Yeah, and you talked about the depth and the conditioning. Like, you do full line changes. We saw that a couple times, lets you press the whole time. But that kind of feeds into what you guys are calling coastal chaos. Just first game at home, first game with this team, kind of explain a little bit more about what coastal chaos is.
Yeah, coastal chaos is kind of the term we came up with. You look at us, we believe in the strength of numbers. So we've got 13 players, and this is the first time we didn't get all 13 in a game. But we got 13 players we think deserve minutes on this team, and we feel like that's, if we can get out there and play as hard as we can with 5. Well, we bring them out. We kind of get to regroup. Let's talk about what's going on, good, bad. And then we send the next 5 in. And that second 5 has really been picking us up. We love to get 10 different players in the game early, because you're not going to see a Delaney Carter if you don't do that. By getting those 10 different players, all of a sudden Delaney goes boom, boom, boom with 6 quick points out there. And I think that's one of the advantages of doing that. And then also, like, our starters got to a little bit of a slow start. But now that second team comes in, and we get a chance to regroup on the bench and then come back and try to throw a more collected punch, so to speak, when they come back in the game.
I did want to ask about Savannah Brooks. Just 6 points tonight, but she led the team in rebounds. She's not the biggest player out there by any means, but it felt like every hustle play, she was there. Just from her.
Savannah's one of those kids, like, it doesn't matter. We could be out here playing with 5-year-olds. She's going to play the same way. So, like, if she has a rebound, she's going to get it. If there's an open shot, she's going to take it. I think she's one of the best players I've ever coached in regards to reading, just taking what the defense gives you. So I think good offensive players say, okay, how are you guarding it? If you back off, she's going to shoot it. She's locked in all the time. Like, sometimes you can be like, hey, relax a little bit, Sat. So she's just in game mode all the time, and I think that's what you see. So we're talking timeouts, just, my shot's not falling, like, but you're doing a lot of good things. Just keep doing what you're doing, because she's going to rebound. She's always going to give everything she's got on defense, and but that's a great thing. She's carried us. Her and Chris have been carrying us in points the last 2 games. But we have so many other people. So Sav doesn't have it, but guess what? Mallory Bruce is a really good offensive player as well. So Amelia, like, we have so many different players on the team who can come out and score. And I think that's one of the nice things. I don't think our players, you can ask them, but I don't think they ever feel that pressure. I have to have a great offensive game, because we know we can share that load with 13 strong.
I definitely be anybody's night.
I definitely looked up and I was like, who is scoring? Because I just felt like nobody was scoring. I was like, Mal's got us today. Yes, yes. And then Delana, like you said, a 6-point swing, like, literally by herself. Like, that's huge. And, like, she took what the defense gave her, got an and one, then got another layup. Like, just those simple layups, simple plays, like, brought the lead back up. And then having, like, us come back, and we had the confidence in, like, our team and ourselves, and, like, the belief in ourselves to go in and be like, okay, let's go get a bucket too. So I think that really helped. But yeah, Mal had us today.
No, I think just keeping the game close in the first half. I felt like Delana and then Jalen Ponder, I feel like she did really good as well.
Yes.
Yeah, JP was great.
Yeah, just having, like, those extra people coming from a school that I had to do everything. It feels way better now, and I love my teammates for it. Yeah.
It just puts you in better positions, better shot percentages, like, coming from a team that, like, just was not put into the best positions. Like, my shot percentage was really low. And coming here, like we talk about, I could be a 50% above shooter. And I think that with this team I can be, because I don't have to, I can rely on them too as well. And, like, they'll find me. They always find me. So it's really nice.
Yeah. Seeing yourself as a shooter, starting the first half as a team, going 1 for 8. How do you rebound from that to close, as Coach said, going 5 of 9 for the rest of the game?
Shoot or shoot. I'm going to keep shooting. He knows that. So 1 for 8, 1 for 20, I'm going to keep shooting. I don't really lose confidence in my shot, because I know he'll look at me and he'll be like, if you turn on a green shot, I'm taking you out. So it's like you would shoot the hardest one, shoot the easy one too. So I think just seeing that, it's just like, and like she said, like, just seeing one go through the net for all of us. And she hit that corner 3, which also just killed them. So I think that's really nice to see. Yeah.
Describe the emotions you guys are feeling after starting off 3-0, knowing the amount of work you guys put in the offseason.
Oh, it's great. It feels so good.
Y'all
Never
don't get
before
it,
in my career. And I don't know, I just feel like we always were, like, wanting to play, we want to play. And, like, we have gotten to slower starts in these first couple games, but I just think it shows that our fight, like, we're never out for the count. So I just think everybody wants to play, everybody wants to win, everybody's going to go hard. So I trust everybody, and I trust what he tells us every day during practice, so we can perform on the court.
Yeah, I think the belief system is huge, and, like, he always tells us, like, we're gonna win this game. We're gonna win this game, especially in the first game we played Central Michigan. He came in the locker room calm. We're gonna win this game. So I think just having that like as a coach instead of just like getting on us for like the little things, and like he has a belief in us, and seeing that, like I've never had a coach like that. So I think coming in the locker room just being like, we're gonna win this game, just knowing that, and like then the shots will fall, everything will fall together.
Yeah, puts us at ease.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun group to coach. It really is, and it's funny. You say 3-0. You almost need someone to tell you you're 3-0, because right now it's just like you worry about the game in front of you. And I think we've done such a good job about just like I'm not thinking 3-0. I'm just thinking UNCG today, and so it's when you hear it's like, oh, we're 3-0. It does sound kind of good, because right now it just feels like we're 1-0. We put everything in this one game, and we say all the time it's not about who we play. It's about
how we play
the game, and I thought they've been doing a good job of that. So we've got another home game coming up here. Hopefully we can get that and get to 4-0 and then just keep it going. But it's a good start to the season. They've worked really hard, and I say this all the time. You almost have to go back to our Greece trip. Like when we went to Greece, you could tell right there. You don't know where the season's going to take you, but you're like, man, we love this group. Like you can tell, man, everybody gets along. Everybody's unselfish. I've never had a team where the players are coming to us and they're like, hey, make sure you're getting her minutes too. Like there's not a team like, hey, let me just get my minutes. Like everybody wants everybody to play on this team, and that says a lot about it, how special their bond is.
Coach, obviously the 3-0 feeling is a lot better than having to play the South Carolinas and the Georgia,
Duke,
Techs.
Alabama.
Do you feel like you're getting more out of these kind of games and just feeling more confident?
I do. I thought when we came in, when we got the job, we had to play some of those Power 5 games because we needed the money to do certain things, to go to Greece, to redo the locker room, to redo the office. So like we needed to generate some revenue to do some of the things we wanted to do. And one thing we talked about a lot this year is like you have to win so you can learn how to win. Like you really do. So it's not, you don't learn to win before you win. You have to win to learn how to win. And I think that's what you're seeing right now as we're going through these games. Like Central Michigan, we were so fortunate in a game we trailed for 39 minutes to win a game. But you can see like this team is learning how to win games, and we needed that this year.